Okay, yeah, I just wanted to share something about this passage, how it's very apparent that Narada Muni never met Pralhad Maharaj after his womb until, I think there was a later part that they met, but they didn't meet for a long time. Maybe not even some textual.
Sorry, baby.
Have to.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. Mommy didn't mean it.
Refine that point in the comment section. But yeah, it's very similar to like our relationship nowadays with Sri Prabhupada, with his divine grace, how we don't meet him outside of the womb. We're like in the womb in the sense of this material world or this earthly planet. And we only hear from him, like Narada Muni and Pralhad Maharaj. Pralhad Maharaj wasn't stuck in the womb of his mother, and he was hearing Narada Muni perpetually. And that's how he established this relationship with the spiritual master, although he never met him. And just something to think about it, about this out-of-body guru experience, I would call it. So that's kind of what comes to me. Hare Krishna. Kim, would you like to continue reading?
Sure. Can you read the Sanskrit?
Yeah, sorry. Sri Pralhad Vacha Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Marchanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam Iti Pusharatita Vishnu Bhaktascha Navalakshana Kriyate Bhagavadadaha Tanmanye Dikam. This is it's the longest verse in the Bhagavatam, one of the longest, if not the longest. So it's like 15 pages long. So whatever we can manage, it would be nice to kind of stop in every paragraph and reflect. If anyone would like to, feel welcome. But yeah, it's the essence of Krishna consciousness. This is the principles of devotional service. So let's dive into the nectar.
Okay. Translation. Pralhad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, and paraphernalia and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with body, mind, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna, though, through these 9 methods, should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. Purport.
Yeah, thank you.
When Prabhupada Maharaj was asked by his father to say something from whatever he had learned, he considered that what he had learned from his spiritual master was the best of all teachings, whereas what he had learned about diplomacy from his material teachers, Sanda and Amarka, was useless. Bhakti
Rashanubhavo Virikamantriyacha.
Bhagavad Gita 11:242. This is the symptom of pure.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto, 2nd chapter, 42nd verse.
Oh, sorry, Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, you're right. This is the symptom of pure devotional service. A pure devotee is interested only in devotional service, not in material affairs. To execute devotional service, one should always engage in hearing and chanting about Krishna or Lord Vishnu. The process of temple worship is called the archana. How to perform archana will be explained herein. One should have complete faith in the words of Krishna, who says he is the great well-wishing friend of everyone.
Shrudam sarvabhutanam.
A devotee considers Krishna the only friend. This is called Sakyam Pamsarpita Vishna. Visna. I don't know. The word the word pumsa means by all living entities. There are no distinctions permitting only a man or only a brahmana to offer devotional service to the Lord. Everyone can do so, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9:32.
Shreyo Vaishastata Shudra Te Piyantim Param Gatim.
Although women, Vaishnavas, Sudras, are considered less intelligent, they also can become devotees and return home back to Godhead.
Yeah,
After performing...
yeah, this is a very nicely dense paragraph on how devotional service is not hankied by any material designation. And Prabhupada sometimes he gives the example of Gandhi, who tried to do the same thing like Narada Muni. Narada Muni, he has a very big variety of wild devotees who he initiated. Not like, if we think about it, who is Pralhad? He's the son of the greatest demon in the universe. Like, why would he become a devotee? But yeah, Narada Muni doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. He is completely open-minded, and more than that, he is completely competent of making anyone as a devotee, provided he follows the Bhakti Marga. I think we read it in one of the previous verses. But Gandhiji, he did not really follow that, because it's difficult, telling, even in India, telling people no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no meat eating. Yes, you will be surprised. India is the #1 export of beef. 80% of the population eats meat. So he couldn't do it. He was simply rubber stamping them, Harijan. Harijan means the son of God. And asking the temples to, or the Brahminical culture to accept them as part of the Vedic culture, as Shudra or as Vaishya, or we technically, we're not even in a Vedic paradigm. We like Kirata, Hunas, Pulinda, Mlechas, Yavanas. It's like 12 degrees below. Here Prabhupada, he specifies this verse Shudra. I'll just share it. I will share the screen again. And it's like the women, the Vaishyas and Shudras. And I can see like maybe women, that will be triggered. Oh, why am I with the Vaishyas and the Shudras? But for God's sake, like, do you know what is a Vaishya? What is a Shudra? It's such a high elevated post in society. It's a human being which is, on the way back home, back to Godhead. So there's no deficiency there in vocabulary in terms of Prabhupada putting down anyone. It's really not like that. And the ones who are, disturbed by that, well, they should kind of internally see, are they even on the platform of being a true Shudra or being a Vaishya? A Vaishya, he doesn't accept service from anyone. He is an independent, mercantile, respectful gentleman who earns his livelihood honestly, not a butcher, or not a brothel owner. The Shudra, he is an honest supporter of the other sections in society. Some Shudras, they work, right? Like we here, we Shudras of the ashram, we do all the menial work. It's very prestigious, right? People, they respect us, they give us help, they assist us. But yeah, we Shudras, but we're not bereft of any spiritual emancipation. Quite the opposite, because we're connected to Brahminical section of the community. We benefit. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. Thank you. You can yes.
Are you should I go back to reading?
If you like, or unless someone wants to share something, it's an open discussion. So
Sure.
Bhakti Yoga discussion. Subscribe.
Okay. Well, if no one wants to, then I'll go back. Okay. After performing sacrifice, sometimes a person engaged in fruitive activity customarily offers the results to Vishnu. But here it is said, Bhagayat Ada, one one must directly offer everything to Vishnu. This is called sannyas, not merely niyas. A tridandi sannyas carries 3 dandas, signifying kaya, mano, vakya, body, mind, and words. All of these should be offered to Vishnu, and then one can begin devotional service. Fruitive workers first perform some pious activity and then formally or officially offer the results to Vishnu. The real devotee, however, first offers his surrender to Krishna with his body, mind, and words, and then uses his body, mind, and words for the service of Krishna as Krishna desires. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives the following explanation in his yeah. The word sravana refers to giving oral reception to the holy name and description of the Lord's form, qualities, entourage, and pastimes as explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and similar authorized scriptures. After orally receiving such messages, one should recognize these vibrations and repeat them. Kirtan. Samaranam means trying to did I skip a line? Hold on a second.
No.
I said it right. Means trying to understand more and more about the Supreme Lord. And Pada Savanam means engaging oneself in serving the lotus feet of the Lord according to the time and circumstance. Achanam means worshiping Lord Vishnu as one does in the temple, and Vandanam means offering respectful obeisances. Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namakura Vandanam means to be Nitya Krishna Dasa, everlastingly a servant of Krishna, is called
offering obeisances or offering prayers. Thinking
You skipped a line. That's why.
Oh, thinking oneself. Is that where I start? Thinking oneself to be a Nitya Krishna Dasa, everlastingly a servant of Krishna, is called Dakshyam, and Sakyam means being a well-wisher of Krishna. Krishna wants everyone to surrender unto him because everyone is constitutionally his servant. Therefore, as a sincere friend of Krishna, one should preach this philosophy, requesting everyone to surrender unto Krishna. Atma Nivedanam means offering Krishna everything, including one's body, mind, intelligence, and whatever one may possess. One's sincere endeavor to perform these
we can distribute the reading so everyone gets to read. Dingleberry Prabhu, would you like to continue a paragraph or two?
Yeah. I think we're at the
one sincere endeavor to perform these nine
processes of devotional service is technically called bhakti. The word adha means the same thing. It's too wide on my phone now. Means directly. It's just.
Maybe I can do like this here. Is it better?
Let me see. Yeah, that's better. Okay. One should not be like the karmis who perform pious activities and then formally offer the results to Krishna. That is karmakanda. One should not aspire for the results of his pious activities, but should dedicate oneself fully and then act piously. In other words, one should act for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu, not for the satisfaction of his own senses. That is the meaning of the word adha, or directly.
Yeah, before we read the Sanskrit, I forgot I wanted to mention something about the previous previous paragraph. how Bhaktisiddhanta specifies that if one heard, he's going to chant. And Prabhupada, he many times repeats that message, that if we hear properly, naturally, we're going to like to chant. And what is the chanting? The chanting is preaching the philosophy. And it serves in so many ways, like unless someone preaches the philosophy, how he understands that he understands. You know what I mean? So the preaching actually is not for, like people think, oh, you want to convert someone. No, we want to convert ourselves. You know, technically speaking, you cannot convert anyone unless you yourself are converted, right? And what is that conversion? Is to be nishta. Nishta is a very high stage. It's a liberated state from material life. No sex life, no sex thoughts, no indulgence in the four regulative principles, even within the mind. So until we reach to that point, we cannot actually preach to anyone or convert anyone. So, but still, we have to go and do it. Why? Because otherwise, we won't be able. Sorry, I'm just gonna mute you for a second, Eagleberry. Otherwise, we won't be able to understand the philosophy ourselves. Like in school, right? They ask to write an essay or write something. It's not that that essay will be published and we're gonna get a grant from the government. No, it's so we're gonna get the mark and we can judge for ourselves. Either we understand the philosophy or not. So that's why Prabhupada instituted so many things in preaching spirit back to Godhead. He gave his disciples topics to write on. Book distribution, you go and you try to induce someone to get a book out, or you know, it can take in so many forms nowadays. You know, we have the internet, 1,000 more forms you can take, but it should be there in each and one of us life. If we hear something that we like, it's natural that we're going to share it, right? Share it. If you love it, you're going to share it naturally. Just like if someone falls mad in love with some girl or a man, he's going to preach how he loves that man or a woman. It's not that he wants them to love that man or a woman, but he becomes more enchanted by that relationship. So hearing and chanting or preaching it's like an absolute combined force to understand Krishna conscious philosophy. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Anya bilasita shunyam jnana karmadi anivartam ankulena Krishna nu shilanam bhakti rutama.
One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Krishna favorably, without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotional service. One should simply satisfy Krishna without being influenced by fruitive knowledge or fruitive activity. The Kopala Tapani Upanishad says that the word bhakti means engagement in the devotional service of the Supreme Person of Godhead, not anyone else. The picture's in the way. I can't read it. The thing is too high. Tag nabbit. I lost it.
Here, this Upanishad describes.
I don't know why it's not showing. There it is. There it is. Anyhow. So it confirms that bhakti is the offering of devotional service unto the Supreme Person of Godhead. To perform devotional service, one should be relieved of the bodily conception of life and aspirations to be happy through elevation to the higher planetary systems. In other words, work performed simply for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord without any desire for material benefits is called bhakti. Bhakti is also called nishkarma, or freedom from the results of fruitive activity. Bhakti and nishkarma are on the same platform, although devotional service and fruitive activity appear almost the same.
Almost the same. That's not. It's interesting, eh? Bhakti and nishkarma appear almost the same. Fruitive activity. Yeah, technically, externally, there's very little difference, right? Someone goes and sells magazines. Someone goes and sells books. Someone charges $10, $20, but really the internal affairs makes the difference. I'm gonna continue, if you don't mind, Daru Prabhu. Daru, that's your devotional name. Am I correct? Daru?
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Okay. Which name you prefer us to call you, to address you, Daru or Dingleberry?
You know, obviously, Dingleberry, because that's what I am.
Okay, Dingleberry. Okay, I'll call you Dingleberry. The 9 different processes enunciated by Prahlad Maharaj, who learned them from Narada Muni, may not all be required for the execution of devotional service. If a devotee performs only one of these 9 without deviation, he can attain the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sometimes it is found that when one performs one of the processes, other processes are mixed with it. That is not improper for a devotee. When a devotee executes any of the 9 processes, Nava Lakshana, this is sufficient. The other 8 processes are included. Now let us discuss these 9 different processes. So I kind of want to hold it there because it's going to get really interesting. And I want people to come tomorrow. So, Om Gyantarinandasyam Gyanashala Shalakaya Chaksho Namanita Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I'm sworn in darkness of ignorance that my spiritual master, divine grace, says Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, kindly open my darkened eyes with a torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances to his lotus feet. Jai Prabhupada for giving us this beautiful purport that we are diving in. We just started a few paragraphs in the beginning. We read how not handkind and superficial devotional service is. It might look even like fruitive activities, like we gave the example of the book distribution or online classes of musical instruments. But no, it's not fruitive activity. It's completely transcendental on a transcendental platform, and it takes us there. It takes us back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada says, what's the difference between us and the karmis? Karmis work, we work. We go to work, they go to work. They have a schedule, we have a schedule. They have a checklist, we have a checklist. All these things we have, but we are going and we are chanting while we're doing everything. So we discussed how chanting is preaching. So we're going to work and we're preaching at work. We're making a schedule and we preaching through that schedule. We all our lifetime, our lifespan is based around chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam. And I really appreciated how at the very end, Prabhupada, he begins a new circle and he closes this circle by explaining how, here I'm going to show you, how sometimes it's fun that one they perform one. What is that? One process is sufficient. If one executes any of the 9 processes, Navalakshamam, this is sufficient. The other 8 processes are included. And what is the most important process? Who want to say? Shravanam. Thank you, Dingleberry Prabhu. Yes, it's all based on Shravanam. Shravanam must go on all the time. Doesn't matter if we now on the last process of giving everything. In fact, there is another portion I can perhaps find it for next session. How the processes after Vishnu Smaranam or Padasevanam, I'm not exactly sure. I can find it and bring it up tomorrow. They don't start unless we are already on the liberated platform, unless we transcended the modes of material nature. And even then, Shravanam continues. By the Shravanam, we go back to Godhead. So it's going to stop. If you don't hear the holy name when you're leaving the body, you're going to go there. So thank you so much for joining. If anyone would like to share some concluding words to the session and maybe some preparation of the mood for tomorrow's discussion about the 9 processes of devotional service.
Quick question.
Question, yes. Please, Dingleberry Prabhu.
I hope that one of the reasons you're pausing is because you're going to tell us each of the 9 people who achieve success by the 9.
Yeah, it's in the Bhagavad Gita, right? I think Prabhupada mentions it there.
I don't think you should tell it now. I'm just saying.
But we can
I
go.
hope That should be the problem. Tomorrow, that should definitely be at least one of the things done, I would say.
Certainly. Well, why don't we do it now in a circle? We can all mention someone from there. Who went home, back home? Who achieved perfection from the 9 different processes? Right, Dingleberry? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find it in the Bhagavad Gita in one of the in the introduction, I think. No, I don't remember clearly.
I don't think so, but
Somewhere there in Prabhupada's books, it's there.
yeah, I don't think it's in the Gita. I'm not sure if it's in the Gita.
So the Shravanam, that would be Parikshit Maharaj, I would say.
Yes.
Right? Now,
Yeah.
Kirtan, who would like to say Kirtanam?
Whoa.
Shukadev, yes. Dr. Keith said Shukadev.
Mm.
Kirtanam. And yeah, he was chanting. Oh, the camera is blurry. Why the camera is blurry? Okay. Next, Kirtanam is, what is after Kirtanam?
Smaranam.
Smaranam. Who achieved perfection by Smaranam? Who achieved perfection by meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord? You say? Pralhad Maharaj. Jai.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. It may be, but I'm not sure.
We can check and bring it tomorrow.
That's all he did.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody should know by tomorrow. We can try now, but we should know by tomorrow. Somebody should know. That's what I'm saying. You should at least research that before tomorrow. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your class leader.
Good point. Yeah. Well, I'm not the one who gives the class. I'm just facilitating. It's
Okay.
everyone gives the class here. I'm saying I'm not the authority. I'm not the guru.
Well, I'm giving you that service there, buddy boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna serve you tomorrow by bringing that portion from Prabhupada's.
Yeah. So we can confirm it. That's all. We
can see if we were right. Okay, Vishnu Padasevanam. Who achieved by Padasevanam? Anyone wants to say? Hanuman serving.
Oh, no. Yeah, Hanuman. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna check tomorrow.
Yeah, it is Hanuman.
If you're not correct, you own a salado.
Doesn't sound right to me, but I'm telling you. Okay.
Jaya Hanuman, Jaya Kapisha Jaya. Yes, so after Padasevanam, we have what? Archanam?
Akrura.
Archanam, Akrura achieved perfection by Archanam.
I think.
Dasyam? Archanam, Dasyam.
Was Arjuna Dasyam?
I should remember the verse. I don't remember this verse. Oh my God.
It's not a verse. There's not a verse that tells them all.
Yes, Archanam. Padasevanam. Oh, Dasyam.
Oh.
Yes, Archanam.
Padasevanam. It's Dasyam. That's Hanuman.
I put Arjuna. I'm saying Arjuna is what I recall, but I may be wrong.
Vandanam, offering prayers to the Lord. That will be.
No, that was Akrura.
That was Akrura. So
And Dasyam.
Well, I have a golden ace card because I know someone who did all of them. So I can mention him every time.
Kulashekar?
There was this king, another king. What is his name? He did all the 9. You say?
Puranjan?
No, not Puranjan.
How do you say? Kulashekar?
Amrish.
Amrish, yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
I was first, Pralhad. Don't pull this card on me now.
All right.
So we can tell him every time we forget which one it is. Vandanam, offering prayers to the Lord. That's, you said Akrura?
Pretty sure.
Okay, we're gonna check tomorrow. Bring
Right.
ladus. If you're wrong, you're gonna give us ladus.
Mm.
Dasyam, Hanumanji, Sakyam, friendship. Come on, that's easy. Who's gonna say that except Pralhad? Pralhad, don't say it.
Well, that's Arjuna?
Who?
Arjuna? Is Arjuna actually
Yes.
that one?
Arjunji, he achieved perfection by friendship.
Well, then it can't be the one that I said before, which was Dasyam. It's got to be somebody else.
Dasyam, that's like service attitude, I guess. Maybe that sounds like Hanuman.
But I can't remember who Padasevanam. I was confused.
Pralhad. I would say Pralhad, perhaps. No,
I'm pretty sure
maybe.
he's Hanuman. Because that's all.
Okay, Pralhad should know that. Pralhad by who? How Pralhad achieved perfection? Is it by prayers or by Padasevanam? Worship?
Is it Smarnam? Remembering?
By Smaranam. Oh yeah, he was
Yeah,
remembering.
because that's all he did was pray, and they were throwing him off the
Okay.
cliffs and killing him, and he did nothing but just pray.
Okay, come tomorrow. We're gonna give you a mark if you're right, or I'm gonna send you an email. Atma Nivedanam, surrendering everything to the Lord.
That was Ambarish, right? Ambarish, you said?
No, wrong.
Hmm.
Well, no, he did that too, right? But that's the gold. That's my golden card. You cannot use that.
Hmm.
I can't remember if this. I know it's right, but I don't know.
I'm giving you a hint.
I can't. Well, I can't think of his name while you're doing that.
Let's go to Bali
Yeah.
and have some coconut water.
Yeah.
Bali Maharaj. He surrendered all three worlds.
Oh, yeah.
including
Yep.
Okay, come tomorrow and I'm gonna give you scores, and I'm gonna give ladders to everyone who were right. I'm gonna spiritual ladders. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining. That was very enlivening. I wish you a beautiful day. There's no evening session tonight, but tomorrow morning there's a session. We're going to continue diving into the 9 processes of devotional service. And yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, before you go, like, I don't know what the normal evening programs are. What are the normal evening programs?
7 p.m. But it's not every evening. There's morning program every morning till the end of May, at least for now. But the evenings are not always, they don't have always evening program. I'll ask someone perhaps to send you the schedule, or if you go to bhaktiyogaretreat.org, or something like that. Maybe Keith, you in touch by email with Dingleberry? You have his email or anything like that? No?
Yeah, but it's not even like every other night. It's really, you don't know. It's really odd, huh? It's not like every other night.
It's not, there's no specific system to that. I will ask someone to send you the website. It's Bhakti Yoga Retreat. It's there, but I'm going to send you.
What is the evening program anyhow? If you do have one, it's on
Friday evening, the next one.
Well, what's it on?
Sorry, Prabhu?
Is it Bhagavad Gita or what is it?
Now we're reading from Nectar of Instructions.
Okay.
So please, anyone who is welcome, you're welcome to join and get some nectar, more nectar in the morning and more nectar in the evening together.
But what time does the evening program go from, if it does have one?
7 p.m. Please come. Bring snacks. Snacks in form of mantras. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you out there tomorrow, whoever comes. Hare Krishna. Jai Pralhad Maharaj. Jai Prabhupada. And Hare Krishna. Jai.